Now then, where are you from, and what did you do before becoming an adventurer?
Oh, our first question, and it's a tough one.
I come from Japan and I used to be a student there.
Why'd it go off?
You replied to my question with a lie.
But...
I'm an archpriest, so they'll believe whatever I say, I think.
she scares me.
Excuse me. I happen to be a follower of Eris, and if you wish to convert this man, you will have to go through me to... My type is not handsome, and he could either be scrawny or fat. And he should be weak-willed enough that despite my love for him, he is easily distracted by other women. He must be impossibly randy and slightly perverted. A failure at everything, who prefers the easy way when possible. If he's in debt, all the better. The kind of man who stays home all day, drinking and blaming society for his lot, and then hurling an empty bottle at my head saying,
Yo, Darkness, get your fat ass out in the street and bring me back my money.
What is going on, my people? Hey, we ain't gonna waste no time. Y'all saw the title, so let's start this shit. We left on the part where Kazuma and his party just defeated the evil threat in order to protect the kingdom. But as we know, despite Kazuma's high stats, he is still unlucky like crazy. So as soon as the battle finishes and everyone is celebrating, Kazuma ends up being accused of treason against the kingdom. Apparently, because of the big blast that was gonna destroy the kingdom, they ended up sending that huge blast elsewhere. Sadly, it ended up blowing some rich dude's crib, so now he wants Kazuma dead, even accusing Kazuma of being in ties with the Devil King's army. The funny thing I find about this whole situation is that the only reason they did that in the first place was to protect the kingdom, so how are they supposed to know they blew up some fat dude's crib? Of course, Megami and Darkness tried to come to Kazuma's defense, but it didn't really help his case at all. Even Aqua is barely helping, and Darkness somehow is getting turned on by this? Shit, I don't even know. Kazuma ends up getting sent to jail with Aqua trying to find a way to help him escape. Megami and Darkness also helped by sending off an explosion right outside the town so that no one is focusing on the jail. She ends up tossing him a pick in order to get out of the cell, but it wasn't the right one. So he just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna sleep it off. Once again, Megami does another explosion near the town, so Aqua gives him a hacksaw in order to get out of the cell. But then again, it doesn't even work. The next morning approaches and now Kazuma is being questioned by the lady. Out here giving bro a lie detector, so you better answer that shit right.
Where are you from?
I'm from Japan. I used to be a student.
That's a lie!
Actually, I'm from Japan and I didn't really go to school.
Oh shit, I'm not even gonna lie, bro was actually a bum.
So why did you become an adventurer?
In order to save the people from this world from the Devil King's army.
Ah shit. Bro went on glazing all the good deeds that he's done for this world up to this point, even asking her for tea. He even went so far to tell her, you will never get a boyfriend by the way you're making lukewarm tea. Oh shit, I ain't gonna lie, I think he crossed the line on that one. She also exposes what the town people call Kazuma, in which they call him Kazu Trash and Crappy Mon. Wait, yo, let me log back in, We got Kazu Trash and Crappy Mon, bro. How are you gonna take this, bro? Do something! The final question was this: do you know anyone from the Devil King's army? In which he obviously answers no, but then he completely forgot that Wiz existed. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you're cooked! Fat dude over there is actually the one that wants Kazuma dead. They even have witnesses for bro's case. Even seeing this Chris dude getting dragged into this mess, bro, you're beyond cooked! Even this dude! Wait, hold on, you're telling me she's not even letting these people finish their sentences? She's just making it look bad as soon as they stop. Bro, you're not gonna win this case! On top of all of this, he's also being accused of stuff that Megami and Aqua have been doing since the beginning of the series, and was caught using his magical ability Drain Touch, which is clearly an undead ability. But he finally confirms that he is not in ties with the Devil King, in which it saves his case. Until there's a big ass dude trying to tell the judge to kill bro, even with the judge almost making it official. Until Darkness actually exposing the fact that she's a part of a rich nobleman family and requested to postpone the trial so they can prove that Kazuma is innocent. She even told bro that he can do anything to her. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Unk's already tweaking already, bro. Look at him. Kazuma technically still has a lot to do. He still needs to prove his his innocence and he needs to pay off all the debt that he got from the old fart lord dude. But sadly, it doesn't end there. A bunch of guards charge into their house, stating that they can now hold all of Kazuma's squad's assets in order to pay off his debt. And now, clearly, they are in debt and they're even more poor, bro. How could this possibly get worse? Next morning approaches and Aqua and Kazuma are clearly tweaking, even them thinking about what's happening to poor Darkness because she hasn't came back since last night and she's still at that old guy's house. We also get to see Megami introducing them to her black cat, in which its name is Chamosuke. And it's also clear that they're all tweaking out up to this point because, bro, they know the type of person Darkness is, bro. God knows what's happening right now in that crib. Oh shit, what is she doing here? Apparently, since Megami was setting off explosions near the town, it ended up waking up a bunch of these giant toads and now they have to take care of it. Dog, why ain't Aqua doing shit, bro? And wait, hold on. Kazuma unlocked a new skill? Okay, let me see something, bro. Let me see something. And I'm not even gonna lie, that shit was kind of cold, but it didn't even do shit. Eventually, even Shawty got eaten by the toad, then Aqua, then even Megami. And what is going on? The girl who actually saved them is one of Megami's old friend and rival, and she came here to challenge her, and her name is Yunyun. They decided that they're gonna have a little battle, but it's just Megami using the fact that she's covered in toad slime, so yeah, that shit didn't even end well. Then these two weirdos decide to hit the bath at the same time, just for Aqua to pull up, but at the same time, Kazuma didn't want Aqua to get the wrong idea, so he started panicking, but then he decided, you know what, I'm gonna use magic, and he decides to freeze the whole door off. And yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, it might be raps for bro. The next day is here, and they ended up pulling up to Wizard's shop to find a way to pay off all their debt to the freaky ass fat lord. This girl Yunyun for some reason is also at the shop, and clearly she was waiting for Megami, but we also find out that Yunyun was actually a loser back in school and no one really fucks with her, so Megami felt bad and decided, you know what, I'll talk to you. I don't know if she actually felt pity for her or because she was also a loser, so they ended up just becoming friends, but she wouldn't really accept that past. Wiz ends up introducing them to this magical orb, so they decided, you know what, we're gonna do another duel to see who the magic orb will respond to in order to get more friends? How does that even make any sense? Bro, how do we go from martial arts to them now talking who has more friends? Oh nah! And I'm not even gonna lie, I gotta give credit where it's due. The orb ended up responding to both of them, which proves that both of them are powerful wizards. Hey, gotta give them credit. We get to see moments from their past in which Megami used to steal breadcrumbs, Yunyun celebrating her birthday by herself, then Megami stealing more food, Yunyun playing chess by herself. Why is Megami always eating? Damn! And then we see Yunyun once again always so alone, and even the flowers are leaving her. We eating bugs too now? Wait, is she trying to summon? Oh wait, hold on, let's take it easy. Bro, why did she destroy it? And now it's on Kazuma's tab. You see what I be talking about, him having terrible luck when it comes to stuff like this? That's tough. Crazy enough, Megami still wants Kazuma to take her out every single day so she can blow shit up every single day. And I'm not even gonna lie, you can kind of see it in bro's face. Yeah, he's losing his mind. I don't blame him. And now look, they're hungry, no booze, no food, and most importantly, no
Money, bro.
They ended up going to a dungeon since a new passage was discovered, and the secretary lady ended up giving them first dibs because, you know, they kind of need it. Kazuma ends up going in the dungeon by himself first to see what the deal was. He ends up using his thief skill and foresight skill that gives him night vision, and I'm not even gonna lie, he was locked in for this shit. But of course, Aqua didn't listen to what Kazuma said, on top of her just saying a bunch of bullshit and her falling on the floor. We get to see Megami just chilling with Chamosuke, pretty much trying to find a way in which she can ore farm when they need her to use her explosion magic. Yeah, let's lock in. They ended up finding where the new passage begins, so they begin their journey. And wait, are those stairs? Alright, that'll be the last time making that joke. I'm sorry. It'll be the last time. As they're adventuring down, Kazuma ends up hearing something, tried to explain to Aqua to get moving, but she just kept talking. And bro, what is that? Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie with you guys. Sometimes I forget that Aqua's even a goddess because of the way that she acts. But hey, we know when she locks in, she means business. As they keep going, they end up seeing a chest, and of course, Aqua was just about to move like Frieren when she saw that chest. But then Kazuma ends up saving her because that chest wouldn't have killed her. As they continue exploring, Aqua surprisingly stays locked in, defeating all the mobs they encounter, even protecting Kazuma. They realize that something is wrong with this dungeon, but the moment they realize that, we end up seeing introducing this overload ass dude. Bro's giving us his backstory, and yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, he's pretty chill. And then we see Aqua trying to erase bro from history. Hold on, wait! We also get to see his wife, and he ends up requesting if Aqua can actually purify him so then him and his wife can lay rest. Kazuma's still surprised that Aqua's actually doing her job correctly, and just like that, bro was gone. But the best thing about this situation is that he ended up giving Kazuma his treasure as payment. But sadly, shit never works out correctly for bro. As they're making their way back, bro finally realizes that the only reason this dungeon is even harder in the first place was because of Aqua, bro. He ends up dipping out of there as soon as he notices that shit, bro. She's cooked. Regardless of that though, the quest was a success, and now they're celebrating with food and drinks, and Kazuma using his steel skill on. Yeah, let's move on. Kazuma and Aqua are clearly losing their minds, and the brokenness is low-key getting to them. And shit, I don't even blame them. But then out of nowhere, Darkness is back. And bro, why is she already tweaking out too, bro? Calm down. Each of them are crying, acting as if the old fart dude was able to get his way with Darkness, but in all reality, that's actually not what happened. Apparently, the old dude wants Darkness to marry his son, and she's trying to find a way to make that shit not happen. Even with Darkness' dad telling her, yo, you're gonna marry this guy. And Kazuma really thought to himself, wait, this might be a good chance to get rid of her. Think about it. Darkness never hits her target. On top of that, she be acting freaky 24/7. So shit, we might as well use this as a chance to get rid of her. The secretary lady ends up pulling up, telling Kazuma if he knows anything about the monsters outside the town, in which he obviously says no, but he still uses that as a chance to get rid of Megami so she doesn't catch on to what he's gonna do. They finally make it to Darkness's house, in which Darkness' dad tells Kazuma to keep a watch on Darkness so she doesn't fuck anything up, and if everything goes right, he'll pay him some bread. And yeah, she's already tweaking out. Oh shit. No. But of course, Kazuma knows I need that money, so he ends up locking in for his role as a butler, and I'm not even gonna lie, he was doing his shit. Darkness goes on to tell them how that isn't the type of guy she wants. In short summary, she wants a guy who's a bum, makes no bread, and doesn't even treat women right, and even pursues other women while in a relationship, in which she kind of describes Kazuma. Even Aqua was disgusted, bro. I don't even blame her, bro. What is Darkness talking about, and what is she doing? Funny enough, bro actually didn't even want to marry Darkness in the first place, but because of the way she's acting now, it's kind of turning bro on. But either way, Darkness ends up wanting to duel with bro, and of course she is losing, bro. We already know that she cannot land a single hit, and then later on she decides, you know what, Kazuma, fight me. You know you want to, and of course that shit is just going nowhere. Her dad walked in.
Those two.
But despite that horrendous scene, the dad is actually happy that Kazuma and Aqua are friends with Darkness. Apparently back then when she was growing up, it was really hard for her to make friends, and shit, I don't even blame anyone not wanting to be friends with her, bro. Do you see the way she acts? But either way, it was hard for her, and she was actually getting really depressed because of it. But ever since she met Kazuma, Aqua, and Megami, her life actually got surprisingly better. And bro, she just woke up and she's already saying she's pregnant with Kazuma's baby. Bro, what's going on? And why is Aqua believing this shit? And bro, now you got Gramps out here thinking that he's gonna become a grandparent, bro. What's happening? But once again, this lady ends up charging in, blaming Kazuma for something. But as we already know, if Kazuma didn't do it, say it with me, it has to be Aqua's fault. Remember that circle that we saw Aqua make in that earlier episode? Yeah, it pretty much made it that no demons can actually stay inside the dungeon. So in short summary, if they cannot stay inside the dungeon, that means they are all outside of the dungeon now. Even with these small mini people walking around blowing shit up. As Kazuma's trying to think of a way to prevent this situation from getting worse, him and Darkness end up walking down the dungeon, in which Darkness can actually tank these small minis, which is neat. On top of that, they ended up running away to avoid the other people that were with them from seeing Aqua's circle and pretty much not them being blamed for the whole situation again. But as they keep adventuring down, they eventually find the person who's summoning all these small minis. Dude's name is Vanir, and he's here to find out the whereabouts of the other demon dude Kazuma turned into a soccer ball. He was actually supposed to make his way to Axel to meet up with Wiz, but this dungeon caught his eye, so he just decided, you know what, I might as well fuck around in here. He continues on yapping and yapping about how he wants to trick a group of adventurers to kill him and to get rewarded nothing. Yeah, I don't know what this guy got going on, but hey, you do you. And I'm not even gonna lie, it's low-key kind of cool that he's actually able to read minds, because he continues on spouting the things that Kazuma and Darkness are thinking about. And of course, we already know when it comes to these two, especially Darkness, they're thinking about some straight nonsense. So let's move on from that. Darkness and the demon Brody end up boxing for a bit just for Darkness to miss every one of her attacks, while Kazuma does a sneak attack just to trip and Darkness lands a hit surprisingly. Oh shit, never mind. He ends up taking control over Darkness's body, and I'm not gonna lie with you, he took the wrong body. I feel like Kazuma probably would have been a little bit more suited for this, because yeah, you kind of see from the screen. Kazuma erases the magic circle, but just in time he puts the seal on Darkness so they can run out to Aqua in order to get rid of the demon that's inside of her. Surprisingly, the demon ends up gaining a lot more control over Darkness just for Aqua to lock shit down, but it still didn't work. And bro, I won't even lie with you, he was putting belt to ass on each one of these guys, bro. They can't even box. But then Kazuma tells Darkness he's going to take off the seal so Darkness can take control over her body again. The same moment that he got rid of the seal, Darkness can't get rid of the mask, but it leaves them with only one choice, using Megami's explosion magic. We finally get to see Megami's explosion magic, and once again, I told you guys, this shit does not get old, bro. It's cold each and every time. Look!
Explosion!
As time moves on, the lady finally hops off of Kazuma's case, as well as the townspeople crediting them for all their achievements. It also seems like Darkness is fine too, so everything worked out. And wait, Kazuma's actually getting good news for once? Okay, let's hear it. Apparently, all of his debt is wiped, and now they were even gifted 40 million heiress. Woo! This could make a grown man cry, bro. I'm happy for my boy, bro. He's been through so much, and finally, all of his nonsense is paying off. Kazuma and Darkness end up going to see Wiz to tell her that they defeated Vanir, but for some reason, Brody's actually alive. Apparently, Megami's explosion magic actually did do damage on him, and he did technically die, but it only took off one of his lives, so technically he's good now. It also kind of seems that he didn't want to work for the Devil King anymore, similar to Wiz, so now he's just working in the shop with her. Vanir also has some good ideas on how him and Kazuma can actually get rich in this world, in which he tells him that they can use items from Kazuma's world and create them here. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a pretty smart plan too to get rich fast. Yeah, bro is not leaving under there, and I won't even lie, that shit does look cozy. It also seems like Kazuma was able to get a katana crafted, and bro, why do I keep seeing this guy? Who is he? Okay, I won't even lie with you, he got a new katana, new armor. That boy looking clean. And of course, because it's Kazuma, he ruins the moment. He can't even walk out with that armor, bro. It's too heavy for him. And then he does it again. He can't even walk out the door. Bro was trying to act all tough with this new weapon in front of everybody, but he actually didn't even give it a name yet. Megami ends up giving it the name in which it's called Chichimaru. Did I say that right? They got another quest in which they gotta get rid of these lizard runners, but as we know, nothing goes right when these guys are going on a quest. As soon as it starts, we see the lizard man and the princess, with Aqua already fucking shit up because she ended up sending up a flare up in the sky,
which means all of the lizard men are going straight to their direction, bro.
And now she's complaining about what she did? Cooked. Kazuma was able to take out the king, but it still doesn't help them because he was supposed to take the princess out first, not the king. Mind you, Aqua told him this last minute. They're already fucking this up. Megami then tries to do an explosion, but she doesn't have enough mana due to the fact that Kazuma drained her mana earlier. And then we cut to Darkness doing what she clearly enjoys doing. Kazuma gets ready for another shot, but the princess ends up charging straight up in the sky, but that boy was able to lock in and snipe her. Never mind. Yeah, he's dead. Ares tells bro what happened after he died, as Kazuma explains, you know what, I'm not trying to go back up there. Can I just stay down here with you because you're an actual reasonable goddess and you're not like her? As he's sitting there with the goddess, he ends up reflecting on everything up to this point, and it's clear bro has had enough, bro. He said, you know what, I might as well get reincarnated as a baby, bro, somewhere else. I can't do this. But eventually he comes back just to find out that Megami wrote some crazy shit. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you got it, big bro. Moving on, we see that Aqua cannot make tea right. Of course, typical Aqua behavior because she keeps on purifying the goddamn tea. It's also clear that Aqua's hatred of demons is still very high, bro. She's even shaming Kazuma for even working for bro. Oh, nah, and now she's trying to purify him, bro? Back away. Vanir explains to Kazuma he has two choices, in which he could just give him 300 million errors for all of the items that he created, and obviously obviously teaching them how he can make them, or he can guarantee 1 million Eris as long as the items are making promise. And obviously he'll be getting that payment each month. I'm not gonna lie, either way, he is rich. This also explains why Akko's kind of sucking up to him now, trying to act all chummy by making tea, but obviously she can't even do that shit correctly. And it's also clear that Kazuma is low-key done being an adventurer. He thought to himself, you know what, if I get all this money, I might as well just be a merchant and just sit down all day and enjoy my life. But obviously Megami and Darkness are not having that shit. But then Megami gives them the idea that maybe they should go to the city of water and hot springs in order to recover, because you know what, it's been pretty stressful with all the quests they've been taking recently, so we might as well relax. He also goes to see Vanir and Wiz, in which Vanir tells Kazuma if he could just bring Wiz, because yeah, he's kind of dealt with her fucking up the shop. And bro, Union, they're not even home, bro. Stop making me feel bad for you, bro. Go home. Now they're playing rock paper scissors shoot to see who has to sit in the back of the wagon, just for Aqua to lose all of the rounds, even using her magic to boost her luck, and she's still lost. As they're sitting down in the wagon, Kazuma ends up seeing a huge dust cloud in the distance, but the driver tells him there's no need to worry about it, just for Kazuma to look again to see it's charging straight after them. Once again, they're cooked. And bro, I swear, Darkness only gets serious when people are talking about her gorilla strength. She does not like that shit. And bro, just looking at what's going on, these pro adventurers think that Darkness is some type of hero and that she's sacrificing herself, when in all reality, this is all of their fault. She's having the best time of her life. And bro, what are these things ore farming for, bro? You did not have to do all of that. And bro, why is she just sitting there giggling about this, bro? But there was way too many of them, and they eventually looped right back because obviously they're charging straight after Darkness. Kazuma thought of the idea that they all should go to the cave, and of course Darkness wants to be tied to the end of the wagon so that she can be dragged on the ground. Yeah, you do you. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been saying, bro, there is something wrong with this girl. But then to clutch up for them, Wiz ends up using her spell called Bottomless Swamp, in which it was able to stop some of the animals, while Darkness is enjoying being dragged on the dirt, while Aqua is also trying to keep her alive with using healing magic, and while Kazuma's trying to snipe a couple of the animals. And oh shit, not gonna lie, this was hella oppressive, bro. And of course she's enjoying this shit, bro. Are you okay? Regardless, Megami ends up using her explosion skill, and as we know, that shit is always clean. Everyone is gassing them up when in all reality, this was their fault from the very beginning. Of course Kazuma's not gonna accept this shit, bro. He feels bad. They end up going to sleep, but then Kazuma wakes up, while Darkness also notices that something is wrong in the distance, while they see a group of people coming straight to their direction. The hell is that? And once again, come on, say it with me, it's Aqua's fault, bro. I'm not even surprised at this point, bro. And oh shit, don't kill Wiz. I'm starting to feel bad for Kazuma, because honestly, he's getting lumped into these situations knowing that it's their fault, but obviously he can't just say it's our fault, because then they won't even be able to make it to the next city. They finally make it to the city, and honestly it was looking quite nice, but like everything Kazuma has experienced up to this point, it never goes right. As soon as they arrived, a bunch of the citizens started talking to them about joining the Axis Church, and man, of course this whole city is glazing Aqua. And oh shit, Wiz, don't cross over, bro. Are we gonna save her? And also I forgot to mention that this whole nation pretty much worships Aqua, and these are all of her followers. Kazuma, Darkness, and Wiz end up exploring the whole town and encountered this girl. Bro thought he was gonna get some action, but nah, she just wants him to join the church. And damn, strong as hell too. But then Darkness shows that she's a follower of Eris, in which in that same moment Shawty spit on her and then walked away and then spit on the ground again. What's with this disrespect? And of course Darkness likes this shit. And oh shit, looks like someone needs help. I ain't gonna lie, this is some shitty ass acting, bro. This is on the same level of Stranger Things, bro. What are you guys doing? And yeah, I hope it's already clear, but pretty much this whole town is lame as hell, bro. And they're moving straight devious, trying to get people to join their church. Relax. Once again, Darkness shows them her necklace just for them to spit again on the floor. What's with this? And as they keep walking, we just keep seeing more and more nonsense about this shit, bro. Back away. He doesn't know you, bro. And it's kind of obvious that they hate the other goddess like crazy, which is the reason why they're disrespecting Darkness. And it's pretty clear they're disrespecting her, but it looks like Darkness is enjoying this shit, bro. And bro, they hate that goddess so much they ended up giving Darkness a bull and a bone, saying it's on the house. Darkness, how is this turning you on? They end up helping this little girl, and everything seemed right just for her to ask him to join the oh my fucking god, bro. Is this shit gonna end? Kazuma ends up pulling to the Axis Church, and yeah, I was right. They all act like Aqua. Even Megami is scared out of her life, bro. These kids are throwing rocks at Darkness, and she's enjoying it. Take her away. And bro, what is this girl Aqua doing, bro? Now she's pretending that she doesn't even know who Kazuma is. I would have left her ass at that church, bro. I'm done with this BS. To make sure she leaves this shit, Kazuma ends up confessing, saying that he drinks all of her expensive booze and replaced it with cheap shit. And of course, that shit threw her off the rails. And like I said about Aqua's hate to demons, she also has a hatred towards the other goddess Ares. She hates her, and it's clear. Even these citizens hate her, bro. They're eating this shit straight up. And yeah, it's kind of obvious that they're all kind of on the same wavelength of Aqua too. They ended up making it back to the inn, and of course poor Megami is still traumatized, and Darkness is somehow enjoying herself once again. Kazuma decided, you know what, I just need to relax and take a warm bath, so I'm just gonna go to the mixed bath. He said it 2 times, acting as if they were gonna go with him, but yeah, they did not go with him. And bro, it's kind of obvious, as soon as Kazuma arrived there, he was already staring at Shawty, bro. What are you doing? He ends up seeing this guy crashing out about all these people wanting him to convert, and I'm not even gonna lie with him, I don't blame him for acting crazy. Kazuma continues enjoying himself, getting a massage too, just for that same dude to tell him to join the Axis Church. Is this shit not gonna end, bro? But later on, he hears Darkness and Megami in the other side. Yeah, bro, relax yourself. Darkness knocked his ass straight back, bro. Sit down. Later on, we find out that Aqua exposed the fact that she's actually the goddess Aqua, and of course, he does not believe the goofy shit coming out of her mouth, so now she's upset. And shit, I'll laugh at her too. Apparently, someone is trying to destroy the hot springs, and Aqua is trying to find people to defeat whoever it is. And of course, nobody believes her, nor do they care, bro. And sadly, that girl Wiz is once again sick, bro, and blame Aqua. As the day goes on, Megami and Kazuma end up vibing, just enjoying some eats, just for another person from the Axis Church to tell them to join this bullshit. Excuse my language. They end up trying to tell them to join the Axis Church once again, bro. Even more people appearing too. Wait, this is getting crazier from yesterday, bro. They're getting hostile now. Can we relax? And oh shit, it's the same guy that we saw from the other day, and now yeah, he's still bugging out. I don't blame him still. And oh shit, why is this so awkward? On top of that, it looks like Wiz is finally doing better. And bro, do not cross over to that other side, bro. Do not. Where the hell did that guy go? Once again, Aqua's doing some stupid shit, bro. Also exposing the fact that she has purified all of the hot springs water, pretty much turning it into hot water. And of course, no one is listening to a single thing coming out of her mouth, bro. Even saying that she's a goddess, acting like that shit's gonna work, bro. They don't believe you. And oh shoot, they want her dead now. They end up running away, with Aqua trying to find a way to prove to the townspeople that something is wrong with the hot springs, but the manager told the guards to not let anyone in. They try to find different ways to get in through the gate, but the way that actually worked for them was exposing the fact that Darkness is actually a noble. As we know, her real name is La Latina Destine Ford. I hope I said that right, but we're gonna move on from there. As soon as they get there, they see someone in the distance. Oh shit, ain't that the crash out soap guy? And oh, Aqua was actually right for once. I'm surprised. This guy was actually the one ruining the hot springs, and Wiz surprisingly knows him. Wait, what's going on now? And now it's all making sense. Apparently, this guy actually works for the Devil King, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you're caught already. It also seems like Aqua and Kazuma are on that timing already, bro. They're trying to get straight to business. And wait, Wiz, what did you say? You said that's your strongest general, and that slimes are the strongest monsters? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie, we out. We out. Bro was trying to run out of there as soon as possible, but Aqua ends up running back because bro, she needs to defend her followers. And of course, Kazuma feels bad and ends up going to help her. We also find out that the slime dude ate the manager, and wait, Wiz is locked in. She's on that timing. You see that shit. And bro, why is Darkness liking this shit, bro? Back off from the screen. And oh shit, Aqua, what is she doing? Dang, I'm not even gonna lie with you. It's low-key breaking my heart a little bit because it's clear that she really does care about her followers, and at the end of the day, she was really just trying to protect them. And bro, what the hell is Darkness doing, bro? Every time they put the camera towards her, bro, she's doing some BS. Kazuma's trying to think of a way to solve this, but it still isn't looking good for them. But then he notices something. The old manager dude hasn't been digested yet, despite him being in the slime's dude body. So just before he ate Aqua, he ends up keeping the slime's attention to him as Megami gets ready for her explosion to check. And I ain't even gonna lie, Kazuma was on that timing, bro. He ends up jumping off the cliff with no hesitation. This shit never gets old too, bro. And then we also get to see Wiz lock into with her ice magic. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this shit was way too cold, bro. And oh wait, bro isn't dead yet? And boom. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Why is Aqua so locked in? We also get to see these townspeople pretty much just saying straight nonsense, but hey, it somehow motivates Aqua, in which she was able to get stronger. But I'm not gonna lie, she was moving hella cold in this scene, bro. They locked in for this shit. I gotta give credit. Finally, the battle is over, but still, the townspeople are not liking Aqua's ass, and they end up kicking her out for ruining all of the hot springs. And bro, just reflecting on everything that has happened up to this point, this shit was no fucking vacation, bro. And bro, why is Union still waiting at the gate, bro? You're making me feel bad. But hey, that's all I got today. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if new, and yeah, let's go.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.